What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, we have seen an uptick in violence against ICE officers or people that work for ICE. From shootings to people throwing stuff at them being heckled. That's the new thing out here. Today I'm going to talk about something that just occurred in the last hour in Broadview, Illinois, in which some protesters, anti-ICE protesters, got into it with ICE agents outside of a facility. Now I'm going to show you this. And, people have a right to protest, against anything they deem as an injustice. Let's put it that way. But some of the stuff you're seeing out here and people pulling their phones out and doing all kind of antagonizing type stuff just to get some exposure, this right here is going to turn bad real quick for somebody soon. Take a look at this.
Breaking news. Look at the live scene on your screen right now. Federal agents now have clashed with rioters outside that facility, that Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE facility near Chicago. So they were protesting peacefully earlier, and then they had to hit them with pepper balls. And you could see all of the melee just moments ago, and now the federal agents are holding the line against the rioters. They were 2 feet apart. Now they're a little bit farther apart, and if the camera could pull out, and I know that our reporter, Mike Tobin, is on the ground. He's with this photographer. I don't know if he can hear the sound of my voice, but we want to be able to see exactly. We've got most of the sign, but you see off to the left are the federal agents. On the other side of the sign, the protesters are being pushed back. Now, there has been a lot of protesting, but again, this turned into something different. Broadview, Illinois, outside of Chicago. And agents formed a line just seconds ago. I want to bring in Mike Tobin. Mike, did something tip this in one direction, or did things just get too crowded? And was there any purpose in their movements as agents had to begin firing pepper balls at anti-ICE rioters?
There seemed to be two incidents that drove what we're seeing right now. One, there was a vehicle that had to come into this temporary facility, and where the southwest entrance, and they had a lot of protesters there. So they needed to make space for that vehicle. And pardon my delivery, I'm just the after effects of the tear gas. Also, it seemed that there were a few individuals that they wanted to detain. So they cleared out the crowd. They zeroed in. They had officers on foot who zeroed in on a couple of people. They put them face down and bound them up on the pavement out there. And they took those individuals into custody. And so what you see now is the aftermath. They've cleared out the, I would call this the southeast entrance to this temporary facility now, pushed all the demonstrators back onto 25th Street. And now you see them just holding the line right now to prevent them from going back to the same spot where they were before. Now you see all the demonstrators out there. A few of them are on the ground triaging, if you will, just dealing with the after effects of the gas and the pepper balls. In fact, something I can show you, I'll hang it, put it right in front of the camera here. Here are some of the rubber bullets that are getting fired out there. For the crowd control. It's a kind of a hard, yet not entirely hard rubber. And this is the pepper ball. If you could see really close, it may be hard on your screen, but that is filled with the chemical irritant that kind of goes up into a cloud of gas after they fire it. They're using that a lot. They hit the fence with it, and it makes a cloud and clears the people out. So this is the aftermath of all of that. You got a crowd of people still intent on not backing down would be their choice of words, but standing in confrontation with these officers. And the officers here, some of them from ICE, some of them from Border Patrol, backing the people up to make some space. And you look now, way down that road, that is the space that they created to the southwest entrance of this temporary ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. Harris.
Mike Tobin, you're giving us some great close-up looks at what it takes to keep that ICE facility and those federal agents away from the rioters, but they are still not leaving. You pointed that out. Could you hear anything that any of these rioters were saying or chanting as this was going on, as federal agents had to move in and push them back with all really means necessary in terms of non-lethal, because that's what you just showed us with that ball?
Right, the non-lethal weaponry, they use gas, they use the rubber bullets, they use the pepper balls. And then in terms of things that the protesters say, frankly, you've heard all of it before. They say, you know, Nazis, fascists, they say the totalitarian government, things of that nature. And of course, when someone gets picked up, they say that there was no reason for that individual to be picked up. You hear that pretty much every time, and they're not really singing off a different sheet of music this time around.
And what is happening right now? I mean, I know that they won't go away. Has the crowd gotten much thinner? I mean, you would think that with all of that pushing back from federal agents, people would just turn around and go home. But they are waiting. What is the wait for? Have you talked with any of them?
Well, it usually increases the number once there's a conflict. It encourages them. You got to keep in mind that protesters who show up at a place like this with the painters' masks on, with the keffiyehs and whatnot, they're looking to make a statement, but they're also looking for the drama. They're not afraid of having a conflict. In fact, I think some of them are pretty encouraged to have some form of conflict. And when you see the line form up, that's where the conflict occurs, Harris.
You've seen that, in my opinion, that's a bunch of dumb shit. For real. It's working hours. Why motherfuckers ain't at work? That's the first thing. Second thing is this. First mistake they making out there is letting these people set foot on government property. You got a lot of people out here that, you know, regardless of they feel about what's going on right now with immigration and stuff like that, it's ways to handle stuff. Now you just got a bunch of people that's coming out there trying to get in some type of trouble or get caught up in the mix and get it on camera. They antagonize these people. I done seen video after video. A lot of you guys have been sending me like, you'll do a story on this or do a story on that, where you see people doing some of the most craziest stuff at these facilities. I don't know what they trying to do, but it seems like they trying to get exposure a lot of times on the internet doing stupid stuff. It's a big difference between, you know, peacefully protesting against something and just outright stupidity. And I think a lot of these people that you see on TV doing this dumb shit don't really care about the immigration or the ICE movement or anything like that. They're just people that want to go out there and be seen, act like they doing something. You heard what the guy said in the thing. He said they run around screaming Nazi and fascist and all this type of stuff. And it seemed like they're trying to egg these agents to do something to them. I told you when I did that video about, you know, the Charlie Kirk assassination, and I was talking, I said, you know, you pay attention. When they named Antifa a movement, a terrorism organization. As soon as you put that word terrorism on it, that's almost a green light to start handling this different than you handle any other protest. And these people seem like they ain't never catch that. You got a bunch of people out there. One of them women that you seen out there holding a sign dressed in black, she looked like she was pregnant. The fuck you out there for, where it's a chance shit can go south and you can get hurt? Really? What's worth you losing your baby? What fight is worth that? I mean, people will have a right to, you know what I'm saying, protest. But when you start antagonizing people that's doing their job under the orders of the president of the United States or whoever, you think you're going to win that battle if they fuck you up? This is all fun and games, and it's cool to look like you fighting a good fight until them guns get turned on you and them pepper balls be replaced with real bullets. It seemed like it's heading that way. A lot of people act like they don't see it. And people better wake up, man. I mean, something's happening right now, and motherfuckers act like they too blind to see it. And it's right in front of their damn face. They gonna do something about this immigration thing, whether the American public like it or not. And pretty soon, they're gonna be daring people to really do something about it. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know, when I see this stuff, a lot of times, and you see these people running around doing all this crazy stuff and antagonizing these people that are out there doing their job or what they're ordered to do, I think about people that lost somebody because an illegal migrant came and did something to them or their family and all these different crimes. It's like a lot of times you see these people out here, they don't even see that. And a lot of times it's a slap in the face for people that have lost somebody because some dumbass left the borders open. That's just my opinion on it. See you in the next video. Take care.